Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into another Mancave101 podcast. I was about to say trailer reaction. That's not what this is. Today, we are talking about Blue Eye Samurai. We did episodes 1 and 2 in a previous installment, and you guys seem to really like that video where you covered the episode on YouTube. Obviously, YouTube doesn't have all of the episodes, so we're kind of going to give you a breakdown of 3 and 4 here, and 5 and 6 in the future. We could actually watch 6 with you guys live, like on a repeat as well. We're going to get into 3 and 4, though, in this video. Before we do that, let me just introduce the guys. Deep in the heart of Texas. Man, listen, it's Wendeezy. What's happening?
I just cut that Black Panther poster behind me. You didn't see that, though. See what I'm saying? That's how quick I am.
That's how quick you are with it?
I'm good with the blade, son. Good with the blade.
Live from the Man Cave, it's Caleb, the mama one of God, Leo. What's happening?
Peaches.
Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Big Chase. What's happening?
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
What do you mean by that? I don't know either. So I guess let's just kick it right off with episode 3. So episode 3 was titled "A Fixed Number of Paths," and we saw Blue Eye Samurai. And I apologize, I'm so horrible with names in this series. What's the name of the dude who keeps on saying that he's gonna avenge the loss that he has?
Taigen.
Thank you, Taigen. I was mixing him up with somebody else. So Taigen is accompanying Blue Eye Samurai, and they're trying to find out, basically going on the path of trying to find, I guess, whoever impregnated her mother, etc. All this. So this is like the beginning of that journey and on the road, and we see a lot of obviously ups and downs, some battles on the way. After and obviously, I think Blue Eye Samurai is actually recovering from the fight that she had on the beach with the
dude.
The horse, the guys on the horseman. I forget what the name of them were as well.
The Fangs.
The Fangs. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I forgot the name of them already. So yeah.
Yeah, so basically we have her meeting. She's going to have the meeting. She's going on the road, like Aaron said, and Taigen is still freaking annoying her about the ass whooping that she gave him. And she keeps pushing the buttons like, "Hey, what happened to your hair? You had really long gray hair." She keeps throwing it all in his fucking face. So she's antagonizing him. And she gets a message from Haji Shindo to meet for tea. So basically, you're getting her on the road and her healing up from her battle. So she starts getting healed up, and then she starts getting on the road, and then she goes to the tea to meet him in the tea. And Taigen keeps telling her, "Oh, you know this is a setup, right? You know this is a setup, right?" He keeps telling her this, and she's like, "No, I want my revenge that I need to get, so I have to meet Haji Shindo for tea." So she already knows the double cross, and Haji Shindo in the middle of the episodes is actually talking about getting back at what is this guy's name? He's trying to double cross the guy that she's Fowler. Okay, so she's trying to Haji Shindo is trying to teach her and is trying to convince Blue Eye to get in the barrel, that way she can bring them to Fowler. And Taigen is saying, "No, don't get in the fucking barrel. It's a trap. You're gonna end up all messed up, and he's never gonna let you out. He's gonna just dump you in the middle of the ocean, and you're gonna die." So when they're at the tea and Haji Shindo, she starts talking to Haji Shindo, saying, "Okay, what about the other option that you want to tell me?" So she's already reading him that she already knows that he doesn't like Fowler.
Yep.
So that whole story arc of her getting into Fowler and her on the road trying to get to Fowler. So it's a great scene where they're sitting there for tea. It's so majestic, and then you see, Haji Shindo tells her, "Okay, this is the double cross. I will tell you how to get into Fowler's castle, which is impenetrable. So you need me to get into the castle." So without me, you can't get into the castle. So you have to do what I asked you to do. If you kill Fowler, you have to find your own way out. And Taiji's like, no, don't do it. Then he insults Blue Eye, and Blue Eye ends up chopping off my homeboy's hand.
This is after he says,
you don't need
by the way, I have archers up on the hill, so if you don't do what I ask, you're not going to make it out of here.
Yes. And then you get the whole scene after she chops off his hand. He sets off when she chops off the hand, the ribbon falls, so all the archers come up and they start shooting arrows and all that. But as soon as that happens, you get a flash. You get to another scene of the Shogun's daughter and her running away from the Shogun, trying to find Taigen.
Yep.
So her, I think, is her Opar or her guardian.
Yeah, her manservant.
Her manservant. Yeah. So basically, they're on the road, and he's like, the road is very hard. And meanwhile, they have people carrying them in a box. So the road is very hard. Then they get hijacked.
It was technically a carriage.
Yeah, people just carrying you. So basically, they get hijacked, and then they end up losing the money that they had, and she's still trying to find Taigen, and he's trying to convince her manservant is trying to convince her, the road is hard, you can't handle it, you're too weak, and you're meant for the castle.
You soft.
You don't need to be on the streets. These streets are rough out here. Let's take your ass back home, and you're gonna marry homeboy. But she doesn't want to marry the other homeboy.
Nope.
So then, so you get the double cross, and then they shoot back to Blue Eye and Taigen, and they start like, what do you guys want to do? Do we want to follow him? No, we're gonna go to. And then it cuts off. Then that whole episode ends, and then 4 starts. They get. Oh no, Taigen actually, when they're running away, she knocks out Taigen because she sets up the duel with him, and it's supposed to be the next morning, and she still haven't gotten to Fowler, so she knocks him the fuck out with the samurai sword. While he's looking the other way, and leaves him in the fucking snow. So then Taigen gets captured by Fowler's dudes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, got him. That's right.
Taigen gets captured by Homeboy's dudes, and he gets brought back to the castle with the Handi Shindo and Fowler. And Fowler's just standing in the background, fucking all ominous. He was like, "Oh, you're taking too long." And then you get a picture of Taigen sitting all tied up and all beat up and shit. And then you get Handi Shindo saying he's going to hit you with the hammer. Yeah. He's going to cut you with the blade. He's going to pull a fingernail. So that's how the whole thing ends like that. So it's so it's such a good episode. And then we get into episode 4. Episode 4, you see hold on, let me see. You see, what's her name? I always forget her name.
Madame Kaji.
Oh yes, Madame. Oh, you find the Shogun's daughter going on the road and she's trying to find a whorehouse, right? She leaves her old manservant.
In layman terms.
Yes, she leaves him. That's basically what it is. So she's trying to find Taigen. So the only way she can get to him is she finds somebody gullible enough to sell her. As a
man said, I've never seen feet like those.
Yeah, my man had a foot fetish, bro. That was weird.
He said, I've never seen piglets like those before in my life. That's great. I was like, what the hell?
So she finds a sucker inside there, and her fucking manservant tells her, he's like, listen, fathers are selling their daughters in that place. Do you really want to keep going? We have a way home. I have money right here. She was like, oh, I can do this. She starts bitching at him. She goes in there, finds the sucker who plays with the feet.
Can I just say, bro? This listen. This show is absolutely not for children. Some of
Yes.
the overtures, the sexual overtures that happen once they enter the whorehouse,
Yeah.
will make
Yeah.
the men on this man cave blush, bro.
Yo, your man Fowler?
Oh yeah,
Your
Fowler is a
That's a-
Fowler.
Nah, bro.
That's a dirty naughty boy.
That's no, bro.
Him and Haji Shindo. Both of them, bro.
Bro, the dude that was in there, they playing dogs.
This show is not for kids. It's
Absolutely
definitely not for kids. But you start watching this show and the way they made the episodes, like when she finds the guy who's playing with her feet, right? He tells her, "Oh, you can ride my horse," and she literally takes him from town to town to town to town to town, trying to find the right place, and she keeps asking for Tigan. Is Tigan there? Is Tigan there? Tigan there? Then she finally gets to where Blue Eye is at with Madam Shindo.
Kaji.
Sorry, Madam Kaji. Sorry, Madam Kaji. So Blue Eye's like, listen, he's trying to get information. I know Fowler likes your girls. He gets your girls. He always gets your girls come to his house. So I know you know a way in there. And the madam says, she's like, you have nothing to offer me. Fowler's castle is just death. So he was like, I am very good with a sword. And then she says, she starts going into a big flashback of a story when she bought one of the girls. Mm-hmm. And I guess the leader of the town of a thousand, I think it's called the Thousand Swords. The Thousand Swords, is it Thousand Claws?
I'll look it up. I think it's Thousand Claws.
I think it's Thousand Claws.
Yeah. So the leader of that took that girl that she was literally acting like a daughter-mother kind of relationship.
Yeah, the Thousand Claw Army.
The Thousand Claw Army. So basically, he took her from the madam. So Blue Eye actually gets to work, and she says, "You have to kill her, not the leader, the girl that he took from her." And the crazy thing is, the girl that she has from the madam, she only speaks in sign language.
Right. So she gives the madam gives Blue Eye was it a pendant or a brooch or something? She gave her something so that before she killed her, to show it to her, to let her know that Blue Eye was sent by her. So that she knew.
And he also gave her a sign too. She also gave him a sign to let her know.
To let her know who it was and whatnot. Which is just, listen.
That's a rough, dude. That was a rough, dude. When you saw that death, I thought Blue Eye wasn't gonna do it. I thought Blue Eye was just gonna take her out of there and let her run away. But that was even rough for him.
She did it.
Did what she had to do.
Yeah, but that whole episode was rough. Rough. But then she meets the Shogun's daughter meets Blue Eye, and the things that the Shogun's daughter does in that episode in the mistress of the house. So it's she said, okay, one of her lines, I made 13 samurais explode with just my haikus.
Yeah. So,
and the whole episode, she's saying, no man can resist me. No man can resist me. And the mistress tested her ass in that episode.
Yeah. Word.
She tested her ass with one of the biggest guys I've ever seen on a cartoon in my life.
My man was all right after that. He was happy.
In this era, poetry was porn, and then there was all of these different types of poetry.
Right.
So you have to know different types of poetry with is like a fat ass today, like what kind of fat ass do you have. But if you did your poetry right, you could literally just get a guy off, and so they basically gave Blue Eye to the worst of the worst and whatnot, and she got the job done.
Not Blue Eye, the Shogun's daughter.
The Shogun's daughter, and she got the job done.
Yeah, but meanwhile, the one of the other girls that was with him before, she said, the first time I was with him, he broke 3 of my ribs. I was like, God damn.
The idea was to get him off with the poetry so that he never actually got to the sexual part.
Exactly.
And most of the girls failed at that because, they got to the poetry, but then he'd get bored and he'd want to have sex. So she was able to stretch this thing out to a point where he didn't even have sex with her. He was just getting off on the conversation and whatnot.
Yeah, and then the Shogun's daughter meets Blue Eye, and she says, "What did you do to Taigen? What did you do?" Oh, and she's told him that Taigen's still alive. You spoiled little brat. I didn't kill him. I left him in the castle. But when Blue Eye kills him, the episode ends with the 1,000. What is it called? The 1,000
Claw Army.
The 1,000 Claw Army at the door at the
right.
This
because they realize that she's killed this girl, which is supposed to be the
payment,
the head of the 1,000 Claw Army's prized possession, and whatnot. And so, when you see this confrontation, bro, it is absolutely crazy.
Yo, Blue Eye was doing some ninja moves, boy, when he got into that house. Yo, it was this episode was fantastic.
It really was.
Listen, the whole show is great. But once you kind of get to this portion of it, it takes off in a way you just didn't really expect. Yep. It just takes off.
Yeah, that's the one thing I love about this show. There is the originality of it and the way they tell the story. It keeps you engaged into the show. It doesn't okay, you think they're gonna have a flashback, we're gonna get the tempo is gonna go down. Nah. They literally said, hold my beer, the story is gonna keep you engaged with the show.
Yeah, you're not gonna get bored with this thing at all.
Nope. Definitely not gonna get bored with this show.
Not any of the episodes. Even I think maybe probably 2 and 3 probably were like the softest episodes, and even then you still were like completely engaged in what was going on.
Still kind of exciting though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It was still freaking dope, and that was like literally the low point, because everything after that it just freaking kept running. Yeah. And oh my god, the 5 and 6. Oh god, when we get into that,
yeah, we didn't get there yet.
Yeah, but that is the wrap up of 3 and 4. So we're going to give you 5 and 6, and I think 6 is on YouTube.
6 is on YouTube in an inverted, I forget what they call it, like color. So basically they're only doing colors where you see like Blue Eye Samurai's eyes and someone else's eyes and like some sword. Everything else is black and white, but there's like random color rush throughout the episode on YouTube.
Nice.
I like that. It's super well done. It's cool. So we'll watch that one together for episode 5 and 6 because you guys seem to really like when we covered the episode from YouTube. So we'll definitely get that up in a post soon for you guys. And of course, as usual, you guys let us know your thoughts. If you're watching Blue Eyed Samurai, if you clicked on this video, you're probably watching Blue Eyed Samurai. I'm looking for people who are talking about it. But of course, leave your thoughts in the comments on the series as a whole, as well as some other content you want to see from us in regards to this series as well. And they just announced season 2 officially. So hopefully, I'm going to say 2025, but so they obviously got some love on Netflix that they renewed it for a season 2. So I'm gonna hit you guys with a quick spiel. Your boys are about 50 subscribers away from 1,000. Who thought we would have got here this soon? I don't know.
Yeah, buddy.
we're here now, and we appreciate the love and support on our recent videos. So as usual, please tell a friend to tell a friend. Click the like and subscribe button below. Also, please check us out on all forms of social media: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Kick, and Rumble for all your viewing needs. Until the next episode of Blue Eye Samurai 5 and 6. You guys next.
Peaches.